Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming along and joining us. It is Wednesday evening, 8:15 p.m. UK time, and we are very excited. I'm just waiting for Kat and Philippa to come along and join us because it is our favourite night of the week. Let me see if they're here. They're coming. So it is Wednesday. We love Wednesdays because Wednesdays is History After Dark. And I know a lot of you love this, and we're really grateful that you come down and spend this time with us. Here's Philippa.
Hello.
Kat, where are you? She's coming. I'm sure she's coming. She's coming. Technology is being slow. Technology is being slow. But we are very excited to be back. We weren't here last week, and we do miss you when we're not here. It doesn't feel like 2 weeks since we were last here, actually. It's like, I don't know, the time has gone, but it feels a bit weird when we're not here. Hi, Debbie from Italy. Oh, Philippa, it's your favourite place.
Yeah, can't wait to get back.
Hang on, Kat, I am trying to let you in. Oh, no, right. No, I'm not getting... Hello, Kat.
Hello.
I'm not getting into the Christmas debate. You are not dragging me into the Christmas debate. It's November, is all I'm saying.
Nearly the end of November. And if you don't put your decorations up this weekend, then you'll be into December by next weekend. And as my advent calendars and everything are in with the Christmas decorations, that's my excuse for putting them up a week early.
Okay. Right. Anyway, we've been having this debate today on WhatsApp. It's November. So someone's put Xmas already. Yes, but no. Also no.
Yeah.
Yes,
no. Yep.
Or Philippa Cat's going like that. I think you might be outnumbered here.
Next
week's History After Dark. Everyone fighting about when you should put up your Christmas decorations.
My husband's birthday is November the 27th, and so I'm not thinking about Christmas presents when I have to fight him on what he wants other than socks.
Easy then, get him socks.
I mean, I will, but then I feel like a really bad wife because he also buys me amazing presents, and I am so bad at presents.
You can repay him by never cooking for him again.
I mean, that job is already done. I do not cook for him.
See, the Americans with Thanksgiving, you've already done your decorations.
Yeah,
ready for Thanksgiving.
But that's Thanksgiving. It's not Christmas.
I'm with you.
Ali said.
It's only a mug. It's only.
That's how it starts, Philippa. A mug is like a gateway drug into a Christmas
slope.
Ali said we are all invited to her Thanksgiving. Thank you very much, Ali. We would definitely be with you in. I know where Ali lives, but I'm not going to say. But it's more exciting than where I am. So yeah, definitely for sure. Okay, for sure. Okay, so it is Wednesday, and that means only one thing apart from all the other things that it means. It is History After Dark. So this is definitely everybody I know's favourite part of your History Week. Thank you so much for coming down here and joining us. So History After Dark, forewarned is forearmed, so just in case you haven't heard this before. I hope you're feeling brave, and I hope you're feeling a little bit open, and I hope you're not of the faint heart, because sometimes it gets a little bit naughty and a bit sweary. It gets a bit sweary sometimes a tad inappropriate. While we're on the subject of inappropriate, have we behaved ourselves sufficiently? We will allow this recording to go up on my IGTV afterwards. However, if we might get sued or
defamation,
or end up victims of a drive-by or something, then we won't save it. If it goes okay, we'll leave it there, and the audio will be saved for the podcast later on, which will be launching very, very soon, thanks to all of Philippa's hard work. So there we are. And as Kat always says, round of applause. If there's any little ears or people of a sensitive nature, then I would probably shoo them away. Or if you think they'd like it but you hate them, then shoo them away as well so they can't enjoy it. So something a little bit different this week. So generally what we do, we move this room from Clubhouse, as a lot of you know. So generally what we will do, we will pick a topic in history and we will take it in turns to discuss things that we've researched about that. and see where the conversation goes, which could be anywhere, if I'm being honest. So today we've done something a little bit different. We're sort of saying, right, we've thought about different historical events and we have to describe them in 10 words or less, but you can't use anything that's really, really obvious. Okay, because that just kind of makes it a bit pointless. So I'm a little bit intrigued here as to one, how, if at all, this is going to work, and two, what our different styles will be when we do this, because I've written and rewritten and crossed some of these out. I've gone, no, that's too obvious, or no one will ever get that. So I think it's a bit of a mixed bag. This is one of the things that's going to be nice with you being live here with us. You know, people watch again later or they're on the podcast. They're not going to be able to kind of put their suggestions in and things like that. So the comments scroll quite quickly sometimes, but we will try and keep an eye on them and look at your suggestions and do ask questions and so forth. And we will get in as many as we can. And we will read them out as well. So if you are watching later on, people will know. Cats.
We need to add an addendum. A rule addendum, right? And that is that as we are all watching these comments flood in, if we are the guessers and we see somebody puts up a suggestion that is clearly the right answer, we cannot claim it for our own.
Yes.
We've got to dib, dub, dub, scouts honour it. I don't know how many fingers that is. I was never a scout or a brownie.
Three-ish.
Mum wouldn't let me be a brownie. She called it a cult. It was weird. So on our honour, I don't know why.
Isn't that Benny Hill?
On our Benny Hill honour, we have to promise that if we see an answer, we don't claim it for our own. We give credit where credit's due.
I think that's fair. Okay.
Have you played with me before, Kat?
I mean, I'm not casting nasturtiums or aspersions, so there we are.
Any flowers of any sort.
No.
Right. I am going to start with you in the order which you arrived. So I'm going to go with Philippa first. Philippa, hit us up. What's your first one?
Okay. I think this one might be quite easy.
Okay.
And I did start this thinking that it had to be 10 words. So my first few are exactly 10
9 hours trying to get it into 10 words.
Yeah. So, okay. No, I didn't look at which year this is. Never mind. She took revenge on their vulnerable with fire and violence.
Oh. Does this go back like quite a long way?
Yeah.
Did this woman have a horse?
I think everyone had a horse in the olden days.
Was she rumoured to have liked to have ridden naked on her horse?
No,
there's no fire there.
I don't think she was very violent. It was a peaceful protest.
Didn't she burn Colchester to the ground? That's a little bit fiery.
No, that's somebody else though, and that's who it is. And I can see the answers just come up. Silkwoman Cottontails has said it is Boudica. Boadicea. Lisa Amber Crystal coming in next. Yes, that is who it is.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, I was burning Colchester, which was basically the old people's home of Roman Britain.
That's a good one
then.
Well, she didn't ride on it naked.
Who rode on
a chariot?
That's Godiva, love.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where that's.
You don't want to be messing with fire when you're naked on a horse. Well, I heard. When you're naked on a horse.
That's a very particular job there. That's a very particular job.
Skill, I was going to say, but I don't know.
Yes. It's an odd circus that you've gone to if you're naked riding on a horseback with fire.
Circus.
Very special circus.
I'm sure it exists somewhere in the world. There's a niche for everything, isn't there? Right, Kat, what you got?
Yeah, okay. A refit causes chaos, all is sunk.
Ooh, I think I know. Maybe. Can I just go for it? Or shall I give people a bit of time?
So when you're sunk, does that mean it involves a boat?
I'm not giving more clues.
I think this is the sinking of the Mary Rose after she had too many guns on her.
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct. And you got there.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a few scrolling up the bottom here. Oh, very good, very good. I don't know which to go with now. Okay. Children's book causes havoc at railway station.
Oh, this is people running into the middle of the wall at Harry Potter, thinking that they're getting through platform 9 3/4. They keep headbutting the wall.
Yeah.
Let's stop them.
26th of June, would you believe? 26th of June, 1997 was the release date of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And of course, the old platform 9 3/4. And apparently, all the guards were like, hilarious. People kept going, oh, can you tell me what platform 9 3/4 is, please? And they're like, I only heard that 9,000 times this week. It's hilarious. The old ones are the oldest. If you go down there now, I don't know if anyone's seen this, is that they now have a shop there, don't they?
Oh yeah,
9 3/4 shop, which is really cute, and a photo op of like a trolley with a trunk and an owl on it, and you can pose as you're going through the wall. And they used to do it when I have mine done. I don't know if they do this now. They would do it, so there would be a cameraman there, so they would do it, and you could buy it if you could do it yourself, and you would pick what house you were in. And they put a scarf on, and they would go 1 2 3, and they would flick the scarf. So as the photographer took the picture, it looked like you were going forwards, and so the scarf was blowing out behind you. So that was quite cute. So that's my first one. If anyone's got any of their own, by the way, that they'd like to throw in at the bottom, and we will see whether or not we can guess them as well as we go through. Save them for the end, and then we'll see if we can get any of them. Right, Philippa, back round to you again.
Okay. Legend grew from murders demonstrating more a macabre fascination.
Can we have it again?
Yes. Legend grew from murders demonstrating more a macabre fascination.
Demons. Are you going to be like Kat and not answer questions?
Well, I'd originally put... Yeah, I reckon if I tell you this next piece, it'll just be dead easy. So I'm going to give you a few more seconds and have a sip of my tea.
Your Christmas
mug. Yeah.
So someone just said Jack the Ripper.
Oh,
Open Homestead said Jack the Ripper.
She is correct.
Oh.
Originally, I'd put in 5 murders, and I thought, no, you're going to get that straight away.
That's Oakland Homestead. Well done.
Yeah.
That's
well
really
done.
good.
We're all
were they tarred and feathered? That's actually who was I talking to this about earlier? Punishments. Oh no, it wasn't tarred and feathered. It was you know, those things that explodes glue all over you, shortly followed by glitter.
Oh my!
Oh yeah.
So all the kids that got my son slime for his birthday, that's what their kids are getting for their birthdays.
Who don't buy slime for other people's children? No slime, messy toys.
Magnetic sand and bath crayons.
Or whistles.
Or drums.
Lisa, are you talking about Burke and Hare, the ones, the body snatchers? Yes, that's another one, isn't it? Burke and Hare. They called it Birking. In fact, it became so prestigious and prolific. The practice of body buying and selling was called Birking.
Oh, yeah, lovely. On that note, Katrina, what have you got for us?
Yeah, glitter, and Julia, glitter does get everything.
There's no need for glue when there's glitter around.
No,
is there?
No, because that stuff just sticks to everything.
That thing, I think it's called an envelope full of glitter.com or something, where they will email glitter to your enemies.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't.
And so you open and go, oh, what's this?
Or if they were your friend, then now you're.
I'd be livid. I'd be livid. Right. My next clue is promise a husband as a trick to rob finest jewels.
Oh. You've told us this story before.
Yeah. It's the lady who escaped from the tower.
No.
But
no, because no.
But it is out the tower, isn't it? And It's not the dude that got landed in the island afterwards, is it? Is he separate? It is him. Oh my God, what's his name?
We know, but we don't
He's
know.
legendary because he must
know.
have. Horrible Histories did a whole thing about him, didn't they? Like he must have like just made Charles II laugh or something. Instead of getting executed, he gets like land in Ireland. Captain someone? No.
Oh, I can't remember. It's a good story though.
Anybody in the comments?
There you go.
Colonel
well
Blood.
done. Phil McKay says Colonel Blood. Yes.
Yes, Lisa. He certainly claimed to be Irish, and he had land in Ireland. He may have been Irish. He almost certainly wasn't a colonel. We don't think his name was Thomas Blood. We have no idea really anything about him. He attempted to steal the crown jewels by promising the keeper of the jewels at the time that his daughter could marry Colonel Blood's nephew, but he was at that time posing as Parson Ailiff, a churchman, and he hired an actress to pose as his wife. So they went along, and then a bunch of them went along and stole the crown jewels, but didn't get very far. And Colonel Blood ended up in a private meeting with Charles II, who not only forgave him, but also gave him his lands back in Ireland, gave him rooms at court, and used him as a spy. And when Colonel Blood died, the other courtiers thought that he was doing it to avoid debts or some sort of trick. So they demanded that his coffin be exhumed, and they checked that he was in the coffin. And the weird thing is that the way they identified him was apparently from his big thumb, or plural thumbs. I'm not sure if he had one big thumb or two big thumbs, but apparently his thumb/thumbs were of unusual size. So
he was the original Tom Thumb, was he?
Just massive. Yeah. Yes. Colonel Thomas Blood. Thumb. Yes. That's it.
Oh dear. The original Tom Thumb. I see what you did there.
And this happened just after the restoration of the crown.
Yes.
Just after.
So it would have been good timing for an epic fail, wouldn't it, on behalf of the monarch?
Well, it must have been whatever was left then, was it? Because
no.
Got rid of.
No, so here's what's interesting is that to crown Charles II, they remade the crown jewels. So they were brand new crown jewels. So this is what's interesting is that perhaps I think the reason why he gets off is because when Charles II was crowned, he didn't want to be indebted to Parliament as he had been. So I think that the crown jewels that were stolen were actually forgeries, and that Charles had actually sold the real crown jewels previously. And it worked out fine for him because in the process of stealing the crown jewels, Colonel Blood smashed up a bunch of them, like tried to saw through the scepter, mashed the crown flat, a gem was lost. So the whole thing had to be rebuilt anyway. So therefore, perhaps it makes some sense that this was an insurance job.
Yeah. Or he's done him a favour one way or the other.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, everyone who's joining. Sorry, I can see.
Yes, there's lots of people coming in saying hi, different parts of the world.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. Thank you all so much for coming down. So we are talking about history events in 10 words or less. I can't decide which one to go with next. So I am going to go with a little bit. You have to have a sense of humour about this one.
Sounds ominous.
Some people may not. And it's not meant to be like only 2 words.
2 words.
2 words. Like
right.
This, poor childcare. Poor childcare.
I know what this is. This is the Prince of the Tower.
Yeah.
Because clearly we share a warped mind that works in very similar ways. Deviant.
Yeah, I also had like defective creche or stuff like that. But it basically boils down to the same thing. There's a level of irresponsibility there one way or the other. So yeah, please nobody take offence at that. It was meant in an amused fashion. Philippa, we've come back round to you.
Okay. Okay. It's similar to what I put in our WhatsApp group earlier. Anyway, dude got shot, friends weighed in, many more dudes got shot.
Right, say that again.
Dude got shot. Friends weighed in. Many more dudes shot.
Sounds like a night out in Nottingham town centre.
But on a grander scale.
On a grander scale. How many dudes?
This is maybe a bit off-piste, right? And this might be. Are we talking about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand?
We are.
Oh wow! I would not have got that. That's amazing.
I'm really impressed. I got that.
It's very good. Well done. Well done.
That's because it is very impressive. That's why I would not have got that. Oh, it's yep. World War
II. Yeah, well, World War One. So yeah.
John Sinclair. Too much wine is bad news. That's presumably depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be for me as I don't drink alcohol. So too much wine would be I'd be naked and violent like I used to be when I used to drink. So no need for that.
And I've got nettle tea.
Oh, it's a guess. Too much wine is bad news. Too much wine is bad news.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
The execution of
George Duke of Clarence.
Duke of Clarence.
Ooh, is it?
Malmsey Wine.
Malmsey Wine. Duke of Clarence. Someone else has said
Duke of Clarence.
Duke of
Clarence. Is it Duke of Clarence?
But no, we're waiting with bated breath.
Come on, John.
Debbie
don't leave us hanging.
Debbie, don't worry. We've been sat here for a week and a half thinking about this. So don't feel bad.
Yeah. Yay! It was the Duke of Clarence.
We got it.
Well done.
That's a good one.
Dear.
I thought you were insinuating that we sound like a bunch of drunks, which is not untrue. But we are actually all sober.
We are actually sober. Can you imagine? Well, we're going to do this live in a pub one day, aren't we? So
yeah, we're trying to get you a Christmas special together. If anywhere will let us in.
Yeah.
Try and do it right.
We've got to find somewhere first. I listen to you all to learn. That's very kind. I'm a bit. That is very kind. I'm a bit concerned about that at the same time when it's me. But I'm not sure you'd always listen to me, but definitely to the other two. Right, where have we got to? We're back to Philippa again, aren't we?
Are we? No, I've just done the dude.
Oh, you've just done the dude.
Oh, is it me? 3 years away for a medal-winning feat.
3 years away for a medal-winning feat. This lengthy. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, we are still here.
Yeah, this is our thinking noise.
It's a thinking silence.
If you listen very carefully, you will hear the cogs gently begin to whir. Everybody in the room needs some caffeine to grease those wheels. Oh, not adjacent to that, John. Adjacent.
So John's put Raleigh ?
Adjacent.
I've forgotten the clue now. I'm sorry.
The clue is 3 years away for a medal-winning feat.
Oh goodness. Drake.
Yes. So I John, you are completely right. It is Francis Drake, and it is the circumnavigation of the world, which was mostly a piratical endeavour. And when he returned, of course, medals were struck to celebrate the circumnavigation, showing the world and also the path which his ships took.
Can I just say, John is on fire.
You are. Yes, good work.
Yes, John is on fire. Okay.
Go on then, Catherine, what you've got for us?
Already deceased git is executed.
Oh, I
I hope you got the right person now. That would be even more funny.
Oh yeah, there's two. I presume Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go with.
Exhumed and.
I think you're saying Cromwell.
Yeah. Oh wow! The phrasing of that has just sent me. That is amazing. Oh Lord, I'm getting over a slight cough because, as I mentioned already, Gabriel started nursery, and so he is a plague vector. and it's just one illness after another. You know, we had gastric flu the start of last week. Deceased git is John. That's exactly, deceased git is the word that sent the phrase that sent me. So I'm currently now. I've got a chest infection. Gabriel's fine. Like he's pushing a bit. I feel like death warmed up, but that's then been sicked out. It's lovely. No one warns you about this. Like, put your kid in daycare. You get loads of work done. Will you? No. You're constantly suffering from plague. You can't do any work because you're dying of plague.
They do bolster your immune system somewhat.
When's that kick in?
Positive spin on it.
When's that going to happen?
System.
I don't want to tell you the truth.
Yeah, typhoid Gabriel. Yeah, except if it was just typhoid, I'd have built resistance by now. But he's got everything.
Poor little man.
Oh, God, bless him.
He's all right. He doesn't know. He's just trying to chew his own fist. He's fine.
Life is good when you're one, isn't it? It's pretty sound. Right, Philippa, come on.
Okay. Wind blew in favour for a surprise mission thought delayed.
Oh no, okay, right. I was going when you said wind blew in favour, I was going one way, and now you've reversed it.
When you said wind blew in favour, I was thinking Towton, but I'm guessing it's not that.
For a surprise mission thought delayed. Not the Armada.
No,
thinking noises.
Surprise mission thought delayed.
Ooh.
Good guesses, but no, Ali, not Bosworth, not Armada John. No.
Say it again, Philippa?
Say it again.
Wind blew in favour for a surprise mission thought delayed.
Oh.
It's okay.
Mission thought delayed.
Is this?
Yeah, Ali, that's what Ali's put. No, wait, before that, Edward IV, the wind given by witchy Elizabeth. That's when you said that's what I thought initially, but then the rest of it.
I have a question. Is this?
Hang on, don't let people ask questions.
No, I won't.
Oh, no.
I won't, but Philippa might. We're different people. Just because I don't ever want anyone to beat me doesn't mean that Philippa doesn't have a sense of kind of Christian charity.
And I'm taking it as I've beat you already. If you have to ask a question,
exactly. Well, that's a good point. Can I ask? Can we ask? Can you give us a century?
That'll give it away, but 11.
Oh, that's not giving it away to me, mate.
I was going to say,
come on.
Sorry. Say it again. 11th century.
Wind blew in favour for a surprise mission thought delayed. Come on, what happened in the 11th century?
I think it was William the Conqueror.
Wait, what? Hang on, you're gonna have to explain the wind. The wind changed.
Yeah, the wind has confused me.
You're gonna have to give me.
So he's sat wherever he is in France.
Yeah.
Right.
As you do.
And I can't remember the length of time that he's there, but it's ages. Like he's there, and for a man who thinks that God's on his side, there you go. Daddy the Pig loves to dig, and John's got it. No, John, I think you said it earlier on. Oh no, sorry. Okay, 1066, yeah. So he's stuck over in Normandy for ages. There you go. Laura's got William the Conqueror as well, and it sort of gets past fighting season. They're all supposed to pack up and go home for Christmas now, but then the wind turns and William can set sail. And this is why, I think partly why Harold is obviously caught by surprise, and he had to deal with Hardrada up in the north as well. But
he did,
yeah. So.
I mean, I knew it was late, but I didn't know it was a wind change thing. That's really cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
It said they must learn from Philippa.
Yeah. Well,
from me, not from me.
And double check all my facts. That's always good advice.
No, but it was late in the year, wasn't it?
It was late in the year. It was like fighting seasons is sort of over. But
it's not great for invading times.
No.
Cat.
Henry on stage makes all go up in flames.
Oh, I know. This is the burning down of the globe during a so they during a performance of, is it Henry? What is it? Henry VIII / All Is True. VIII.
Yeah.
And they fire off like wadding, don't they? I think. Something, and it landed on the roof, and nobody was hurt, apparently. Is that right?
Yeah. So
quite incredible.
It's a performance during a performance of Henry VIII or All Is True, which if anybody hasn't read that, and I say that because probably most people haven't read it, it's a really weirdly obscure Shakespeare play, considering it is about the Tudors, which of course everybody who works in film and TV has a massive boner for. So you'd assume that if you've got a Shakespeare that's dealing with like Henry VIII falling in love with Anne Boleyn, they would literally get a Woody for it, but they don't ever stage it. But
maybe that's why they don't want an audience full of that, because that would just be
horrible. There's that, but there's also the fact that the play finishes with Elizabeth's christening. So it's like, and thus ended the marital adventures of Henry VIII. He marries Anne Boleyn, they have Elizabeth, and then there is nothing more to see here. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing more to see here. The end, full stop. Okay. But they do, as part of the celebration, they fire off cannon. It's in the stage direction, and so they dry fire the cannon, and there must have been something in the, I'm going to say nozzle, that's not the word, the hole where the cannon's supposed to come out of. There was something in there that then it landed on the roof, and I think the reason why nobody died is because it took ages to actually burn.
Oh, it did take ages to burn.
So I think it burnt down basically overnight, and that's probably one of the reasons why people, they didn't realise it was on fire, otherwise they would have put it out.
They didn't realise it was on fire?
No, because it smouldered basically at first, and then it kind of caught in the roof and then went down, because it's a wood frame building. That's the understanding of what happened. The really terrible thing is that whatever was in the tiring house, and we think that a lot of the original manuscripts of Shakespeare was probably in the tiring house. So we think that if Cardenio was worth anything, and I'm not sure that it was, the reason why it might be lost is because it was in the tiring house at the time the globe burnt down, and there was no other copy of it. And all the costumes would have been lost as well. And yeah, the globe was never the same, so never rebuilt.
John said nobody died because it's a lousy play. They all went home early.
Apologies, no, actually it was rebuilt. The globe was rebuilt, but it never reopened after the Civil War. That's what happened. So there was a second globe, and then all of the theatres got closed by Cromwell, and the indoor ones reopened, but the outdoor theatres never reopened, and that's why it got lost.
I'm surprised with the level of superstition in theatres that maybe that's why there's another reason that play was never put on again.
Yeah, but it's not one of the ones that you can't say out loud. There's another play that you can't say out loud, of course.
Yes, indeed.
I won't say it.
Don't say it.
There was a fire at Warwick Castle. I don't know if anyone knows Warwick Castle. Just like where the trebuchet is. This was not many years ago, less than 10 years ago. And then there's the water, and there's like a sort of a hut. There's a building, and they sometimes like put like horrible histories used to perform in there and things like that. And they fired a flaming something or other from the trebuchet, which landed on that and burnt it down.
Yeah, but they did.
Really sad.
I know somebody who used to.
Idea.
I did know somebody who used to work at Warwick Castle and fire the trebuchet, and they did quite regularly do a flaming one, and I'm like, I feel like that's unnecessary.
Yeah, that could end badly.
Like, please stop it.
Yeah.
We're already getting to.
You see all those kids sat over there. Let's fire a flaming projectile missile towards them, because then they won't forget their trip to Warwick Castle. Did I tell you my Warwick Castle duck story? Speaking of children, I won't forget their trips to Warwick Castle. So when I went a few years ago, the guy
I know.
Yeah, the guy sent this hawk up, and he was going, "This is tells you all about it," and goes, "Come on then," and it just sits there, up whenever it was on the top of, and eventually, like 9 hours later, when this bloke's like shouted himself hoarse because this thing won't come down. It comes back, and he says, I'm so sorry. This is actually only the second show she's done, because we were training her, but she had to replace the last what this bird is, because it kept playing, it kept sort of trolling off a bit and coming back. And then one day, in front of a huge group of school children, it swooped down unexpectedly, grabbed a duck from midair, and proceeded to disembowel it on the floor.
Wow. Do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me, I was at the Tower of London, and I see this gaggle of, and they are primary school children, just gathered near Tower Green, and they are so eerily quiet that I wonder what has happened. And they are all sitting in a circle, just silent. And I mean, you know what primary school children are like, and there was a big group, about 20 of them. The fact that they are quiet is a cause for concern. And I go over, and they are all ashen, just ashen faced, because one of the ravens is dealing with a pigeon.
Oh.
And by the time I got there, there was just gizzards and feathers and 20 horrified 7-year-olds. Just, they looked ill. I'm like, now children, off you go to lunch.
This is what happens to you at the Tower if you don't behave yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. They're going to have nightmares for weeks.
Yeah, basically they're in therapy, saving for therapy right now.
Yep.
Please don't make us go any more history trips. Oh dear. Right, okay, what have I got? Divided country observe masonry failure. Your facial expressions are great. I wonder if mine do that when you guys say something. Divided country observe masonry failure. I love ravens, but they are deadly. Queen, yes, they do have murder in their eyes. Literally, it's a murder of ravens, isn't it? That's the collective noun, isn't it? A murder of ravens.
I thought it was a murder of crows.
Oh, murder of crows. Yes, sorry, murder of crows. But they look like, ravens
are really smart. Like, ravens make crows look really stupid. Ravens treat crows like their pets.
They
hate a magpie, though. Ravens judge magpies. They hate them.
They judge. I am judging.
Oh, okay. There's a couple come up now, okay, and I'm wondering.
Someone's got it.
Okay, I think it's the fall of the Berlin Wall.
It is the fall of the Berlin Wall,
and that yes. I'm not quite sure what your Instagram handle is. I'm going to go with Rennie23. Well done, you yes. got it. I'm giving you full credit. That's
Lisa's guess is good as well with Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah, that's where my brain went first. But I was like, masonry failure.
Failure might be a bit harsh, but it was like, you know.
Well, I mean, it came down. There's not a lot of words.
It wasn't
down.
Meant to. Yeah, and then
I did a video a couple of weeks ago on the Berlin Wall, and because I covered why it was built in the first place, and just the horrifying speed with which it went up.
Yeah,
like Barrett's, but built to last.
Yeah.
And it's funny how it came down like that. It was like a rumor that it was going to, and then everyone just descended and the guards went, can't deal with this. And then it was sort of, not over, because it took a while to get, to physically get down. But the actual, in terms of it being a barrier, it was just like that. Just incredible.
Just on a rumor. I think that, as you say, that's the incredible part about it. It was that rumor, and they just went, no.
Yeah.
I mean, all those families that have been just torn apart for decades, just the trauma of that is unthinkable. Really,
and it was overnight. Like, if you're not on the right side,
that's it.
You're done.
I mean, there must be families that are still putting the pieces back together, even these years later. There must be. People who had children who never met a grandparent until they were themselves in their 20s, for goodness sake. Silk and Cottontails, is it a conspiracy of ravens? I think if it isn't, it should be.
It is now.
Yeah, because at the same time they were conspiring against each other. There was a raven at the Tower of London. Chris Scaife talks about it. The Raven Master. There was this female raven who would seduce boy ravens, and she give them the come on to get up as high as possible, and she'd sort of get them to come up, and she'd pick on the ones whose wings were clipped. It's my understanding that Chris Scaife is trying not to clip any of their wings anymore, and so, but the ones who were clipped, she'd give them the kind of a, and she'd get them up as high as she could get them, and then she'd push them off like a murderer. She was angry lady, Raven, angry lady. So yeah, you've got to keep an eye on some of them because they will try and kill their own. So you have no hope.
Wow.
I would just like to thank John for saying nothing beats deceased git. So there you go. That's my contribution to history.
I mean, when we make merch, that's going on the t-shirt. Facts. Deceased git is just going there. Deceased git.
But I've yet to meet anybody in my whole life who is a fan of Oliver Cromwell. No one goes, he was a really good bloke. He was just so misunderstood. You know, I mean, there must be people.
There are worse.
They're wrong, but there must be.
There were worse. Yeah, there were worse.
There were worse.
Like at least with Oliver Cromwell, I get the sense that he.
You know where you were with him.
He's acting on principle as well.
Yes.
Like there is a principle that extends beyond. I want to put my willy in somebody, or I want more gold. Like there is, as motivators go.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think we also find it though. We also find his destruction of buildings and property and treasures and things.
Silkworm and Cottontails, a parliament of ravens, according to Google. Oh. And considering how our current parliament schemes against us and would push us all off of a wall if they possibly could.
Well, whilst our wings are clipped.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, after their actions today, I think it's more like a load of vultures.
Correct.
Hovering around the fluffy one, waiting to pick at the bones. Hovering.
Oh, goodness.
Lollipops.
Right, Philippa.
Okay. Privy Council do deal with non-rhyming prince.
I know this. This is the Glorious Revolution. William of Orange, because Orange doesn't rhyme with anything.
That's genius. Both of you. Absolute genius. Love it. That is excellent.
There you go.
I'm well behind. Kat.
This is my last one. Historic hot water bottle allegedly smuggles air.
Oh, that's the changeling.
Air, not air. Air.
Because they all because the Georgians all hated each other, and I can never remember which one it is.
I wasn't going to get very far, was I?
Quite a lot of air about. I'm not sure why you'd need to James II. Well done.
Yes. Warming pan, yes, the changeling. Do you know, Anne was really, really behind it. Princess Anne at the time who became Queen Anne was really behind this rumour, whatever you want to call it, that there was a changeling, and she doubled down on it despite lack of evidence and etc. But
or for that matter, possibility. Like, I mean, I think Lucy Worsley got a warming pan out in a documentary and just showed it.
Isn't it quite like
it's a flat?
Pans aren't.
It's a flat saucepan with a lid that you put coals in. It would be a bloody tiny flat pack baby that goes in there.
Baby.
And like they're pretty fat when they come out.
Air. He would need air. Maybe that's where it comes in. Pump.
That's what it is.
Pump the baby back.
That's what it is.
Flat pack baby.
Well, I tell you what, it would make
it a lot easier.
It would make growing one a lot easier.
It would make growing one a lot easier.
Do you know what?
That's that flat pack. Yeah.
Just give it a little.
No, not too many pointy corners though.
No, I'm not going to have like a Malmo up my fanny. It needs to be baby shaped, but just flat pack.
I just there's nothing I can say to that, really, is there?
Catholic pretenders are often tiny. and we've got more merch.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
I can't remember what I wrote to you ladies earlier, but I'm thinking that could go on a t-shirt. What was it? Twat does twattish things whilst other twats let him. Or something.
Yes.
And
a summary of
history.
History.
Yeah.
If you're not sure in your history exams, just write this.
Yeah. No, if there's anybody actually sitting exams, do not use the word twat in any of your exams. Just full caveat.
Ruler, leader, name the person in the question.
Does twatish thing while the twats watch on.
Whilst the twats watch on, yeah. Summary. Conclusion.
If I've ever got a huge pile of money, I'm going to go and enroll on a history course. Not bother going, and then just write that on the exam paper. But and then write underneath, look, I've given you a laugh. Can you just not pass me anyway?
But here's the thing: you need to cite your sources in appropriate MLA style.
Lazy Brawl. I can. I have
Instagram live date.
I have evidence. I can cite that to the T. This is not an issue. So.
Oh yeah,
although
Julia,
I suspect the lack of source wouldn't matter, as I would fail anyway. So,
but also Julia's got it right, Catherine. You've got to throw in deceased git. So twat does twatish things in proximity to a deceased git, while other twats watch on twatishly, gittishly.
And that is still happening, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you think of it.
The past is not another country. We're living it, and the twats and gits are all around us. We're bathing in them.
Deceased ones, live ones.
Just gitting about.
Semi-live ones. Just gitting around.
Sticking the place up where they're gittery.
Okay, so if you want to be a politician now, then, what does the job description read?
Being a twat.
Twats required to look on gittishly whilst other twats.
I don't really understand anymore. What? Anyway, should we move on?
I don't. Whose go is it? Was it me?
You love.
You love. Okay. The big cheese takes a boat trip.
Oh.
The big cheese takes a boat trip. This one's a bit random.
When you said cheese, I was going to go Peeps.
Yeah, I went to Peeps too. I was like, burying the parmesan.
Cheese. Yeah.
Cheese.
Peeps is cheese.
He's your cheese man.
I'm thinking it's somebody named after a cheese. Is that a thing? Is there a cheese named after a person? Did that person go on a boat trip?
Here's at my children, Simon, Adrian and Edam. Amber, Henry VIII cloth of gold. No.
And their cousin Baby Bell.
He comes flat back.
That's a fondue. It's a flat pack cheese. I
don't. Oh goodness! Right, what was the type of cheese again? Big cheese.
Big cheese. What's the big cheese doing again? What's the big cheese doing?
Big cheese takes a boat trip.
I've literally got a picture in my head of a huge roundel of cheddar
at the wheel. Borsan going down the Seine.
I can't get past it.
Henry VIII filled with cloth of gold. I see where no someone's put it. I was trying to start to say what I was going to say, and I couldn't get it out. I see where you're coming from. Actually, that works. It is diametrically opposed to what it actually is. Bobby says she can't stop laughing. Neither can we.
Big cheese. Is he French?
No.
Oh.
So it's not that diametrically opposed then?
No. Well, they're the cheese. They're the cheese eaters, aren't they?
Anybody who is French, we are aware that you do more than eat cheese. Bonjour, ça va?
Who also eat
Je suis désolé.
baguettes.
And that's the continent alienated. Mazel tov. Okay, big cheese takes a boat trip. Is that what it was?
The Earl of Cheese sandwich. No. Is his name Brie?
Is his name Brie? Is cheese taking us off on a tangent that we shouldn't be on? Is it actually cheese?
I didn't think so, but it possibly might be now.
Is it really dairy related, or is it?
What likes cheese, even though it doesn't really?
A mouse.
Mouse, okay. A mouse. A very popular mouse.
Was this a Mickey thing? Oh, Mickey on his weird steamboat
thing. First, what's it?
Where have I written it now?
First moving
the
picture
18th
thing.
of November, 1928. Minnie and Mickey's debut at the start of a new era of American animated short subject, Steamboat Willie.
I mean, God love you, Catherine, but the cheese thing was
If you're a Diz nerd, people call him the big cheese.
Thought about the Disney.
I don't know any of.
God,
this is not staying up.
It's going to be heavily edited for the podcast. I can tell you
that. Right, Philippa, do you have any more?
I have one more. Okay, you're going to get this really quick, and people in the audience are going to get this really quick. Don't put all your fledglings in one basket or boat.
It's the white ship. It's the white ship.
Which the anniversary of which is tomorrow. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, like the whole. So not only was William Atheling drowned, but two of his I think it was a half sister and a half brother. So Henry I lost 3 children in one tragedy, and then, but basically, I think what happened is there was a boat where all the parents went home, so they were sailing from Barfleur in Normandy back to England. That all the adults went on the sensible boat, and then they had this party boat behind, which seemed like a good idea at the time. But wasn't. And so not only was Henry I grief-stricken, because of course it took a while to get the message, the boat just doesn't turn up, but sons and daughters of the nobility, everyone else at court loses, everyone else, you know what I mean, loses a child. Must have been just the most horrendous place to be. Can you imagine? And of course then there's only a girl left, Matilda. So, but he actually, Henry I dies 15 years later, and he hasn't managed to have another legitimate son in that time. So anyway, then we get the anarchy, and then we get Henry II. So all the fun and games, all from the white ship. Yeah.
So much history in so little time.
Okay.
Right, I have
a video on that as well.
Right,
just in case you want to know tomorrow.
Yes, you give a plug at the end. Give a big plug at the end. Okay, I have another really kind of obscure and slightly silly one.
Excellent.
2 more cheeks to powder.
The invention of arseless chaps.
Oh dear, this reminded me of some horrible memories of a friend of mine. But
okay.
The winds are fateful today. It comes from part of a a longer rhyme. But if I give you the longer rhyme, then that will completely give it away. What if I said, not these cheeks?
Well, we'd already guessed that. To be fair, that's where our brains have gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, other people might not have done. Not everybody is as deranged as us. Yeah.
We're getting them there. We're getting there.
So what, four bum cheeks?
4 bum cheeks?
You said 2 more than the usual.
No.
So 4 arse cheeks.
That's what happens when you buy pants that are slightly too small, isn't it? You end up... And then wear leggings.
Yeah. Oh dear. No, 2 more in addition to these 2, the ones on your face.
Right. So we're talking about bum cheeks.
Basically. Bum cheeks,
okay.
Yes.
And they need powdering.
Well, you might want to powder them.
Birth for baby?
You might have powdered, but you might powder a baby's bum cheeks, but no, not that I see. Yeah, but no, not like that.
You don't powder baby's bum cheeks anymore.
No, you don't.
No.
That's very true. You do not powder.
Baby powder is a naughty thing.
It is a naughty thing.
So someone's getting their cheeks powdered. Is this a cocaine thing?
I don't know.
Are they doing it themselves? Or is it being done to them?
Is this pervy? Or am I just going there?
I don't. It depends on what you consider inappropriate, I suppose.
We're on arse cheek, so how far south can we go from there?
Your knees.
Depends how low other things are hanging, Kat.
I mean,
well,
yeah, let's not.
But not those. We are actually talking at the time when this became a thing. It would definitely have been female bum cheeks, but not actually. I'm just making this worse.
Is this the rise of pornographic photography?
No, that would have been a very good guess. That makes a lot of sense.
Is it somebody who's making makeup for asses?
So well-known range.
I'm randomly guessing what's happening. I mean, can you imagine putting blush on your bumhole? I mean, nope. Right.
I don't know, why would you need why
are you powdering us? Is this short shorts? Is this short shorts?
Closer.
It's mini skirts.
Mini skirts.
Oh God.
So where is it? Where have I written it down? So during the 1960s, hemlines started to raise, and by 1966, you have the short mini skirt skirt as associated with Mary Quant.
That would have been better.
And it comes from a rhyme. If mini skirts get shorter, said the pixie to the gnome, there'll be 2 more cheeks to powder and a lot more hair to comb. I'd like to thank my dad for that one. So there you go.
That's going on a t-shirt.
We're just making merch. This whole live, the merch that we're going to make.
We've drawn you into all of this to help us find.
Oh wow!
John says Elizabeth I loved her powder. Did she powder her arse cheeks? I doubt it. If I'm being well, who knows?
I mean,
who knows what's going on underneath that skirt?
She could afford it.
Oh no! Well, yeah. There was a. It must have been from a costume drama. And it, did I not send it to you all with a cage under a big skirt, like a big Regency type skirt, though?
Yeah.
With a man in the cage. I'm like,
well, hello.
Not a bad idea.
No wonder she's smiling.
Yeah, is that a real thing?
I mean, I've had one of those skirts on. You could barely fit. You'd be hard pushed to get a man under there unless you were standing very still. You aren't moving about with a bloke under your skirts. Because they are narrow rather than poof.
But if you are, it's going to be a very odd walk.
I mean, it's quite the waddle, I would imagine.
Are you coming? No, it's just. Are you coming? No, it's just the way I'm standing. I'm just looking at the time. We've been going for an hour. I've got one more really quick one.
Right.
It's no explanation whatsoever, and you have to be able to take this with the sense of humour it is intended with, because it's laugh or cry these days.
Oh Lord!
Chinese export fucks everything. I'm feeling the mood of the nation. I think we're cooked, aren't we? Has anyone in the comments got any more that they have thought of as we've gone through, or got any questions about anything that we have touched upon in
John,
this
boom.
hour? John, you there? In this hour of assorted depravity
and hilarity and
of
anything
course,
else that ends in
course,
itchy.
Yeah, and
itchy? What?
As to illustrate the point. Oh my goodness. So do we think that we are? I think we're quite good at accurately breaking down history into 10 words or less.
We thought that would be, we thought we might struggle with that, but we're actually quite good at it.
We're actually quite good at it.
Let's get harder next time, like 5 words. Although you did some very short ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
The Prince is in the Tower. Poor childcare. It's one of those ones where you think you're going to get into trouble and you're a bit scared. John, I love you 3. I'm roaring with laughter. Thank you, John. Bobby, thank you. It's been lots of fun. Very cheeky. We are a bit cheeky.
Do you know next Wednesday is the 1st of December, so you will have to have your Christmas decorations up.
Love of all that's holy.
If there's no fairy lights in the background, I'm going to come over and put them up.
Okay, it saves me doing it.
Don't fill me with a good time. Come on. Have you got some? Do you want to bring those over too? That'd be great. Thanks. Love you long time.
I wasn't going to put any up in here. Now I feel social pressure.
Well, you should do.
Okay. You're such a failure, Catherine, with your lack of Christmas decorations on your bookshelves.
Oh, we've got Santas in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, people.
Can I just say, we know what Gabriel's going to be in his little nursery Christmas play.
God.
Is he not going to be Gabriel?
Do you know what? I thought that would be the obvious choice, but he's not actually. Someone just put up the powder plot.
That's great.
Gabriel is playing Joseph.
Oh.
Which, considering how whenever you hand that child anything, he yeets it as hard and as far as he possibly can. We're going to have some fun times with little dolly baby Jesus, I think.
Hilarious. Should be hilarious.
And me and his dad have been voluntold into playing Santa Claus and one of Santa's elves. So I'm joining in. He's Santa. I'm an elf. We're joiners. We're PTAing it.
Well, you're well in there, aren't you? You've gone in for it whole hog.
I mean, Jamie made muffins, like baby-friendly muffins for the children for Diwali celebrations. And I got all the credit. I'm like, babe, I know you think that as I'm the lady, I've done this. They thanked me. They were like, do you do this for a living? I'm like, what? Tell my husband to cook? Yes, that's how I live. It is how I live. I order him to feed me, and then I survive. That's how it happens.
Well, my youngest is in reception, which is like, if you're not in the UK, that's like that's the year they start school, and they're not doing their Christmas nativity now because of COVID. You can see how impressed I am with this state of affairs.
Let's be honest. They can't be bothered.
Yeah. But they've taught them lots of little Christmas songs, and he's running around the house singing them, which is very cute. So
you've got Christmas in your house already?
Yeah, well, he's 5, Philippa. He doesn't know, does he? I've got plenty more years to beat into him how inappropriate it is.
We got a Christmas tree made by Gabriel's own fair fists.
Has it got glitter on it?
Glitter covered fists.
I mean, it's got a what looks like someone sneezed glitter
Probably
onto the paper, and there's a solitary blue pom pom and some green tissue paper. I think it's glorious.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's glorious. I'm very, very proud of him, my tiny artist.
And that will come out every Christmas now, forever.
I mean, Probably, actually.
So,
Right.
do we have a topic for next week? I don't think we do we?
Well, we were talking about, but I don't know when we're going to do it. We're talking about delving into John, as
King
it were.
John.
Hang on, John's here going, hello.
Sorry, John, not to concern you.
Calm yourself. Yeah. Don't deep breath.
Yeah. The King John, the depths of depravity of that man. But I don't know whether we're doing that next week or let's keeping that in our
Let's do it next week.
Okay,
I mean, what says Christmas more than a bit of nephew murder? Than starving a mother and her son. Yeah, we're going to kick off Advent with starving a mother and her child. Hey!
Oh, he was full of ideas, that man.
Full of what a little pervert. He's perfect for us. Let's do it.
Do it.
Tick a lot of our boxes, doesn't he?
And we were trying to get together a live event, but weren't we, for like near to Christmas, our kind of Christmas special.
Christmas message.
A Christmas message. It will be t-shirt worthy.
I've got to buy that thing that we were talking about using, haven't I?
Wow, that sounds really dirty.
Like what?
It's a board game. It's not a dildo. It's a board game.
Yeah, I'm with you now. I can't function after a certain time.
I've just got all these people in my head who go, history's really boring.
There is a board game called Stupid Deaths that that tickles our fancy. So we thought what we could do is, if we actually managed to find a way to meet up, which is difficult because we live very far from each other.
Geography's a bitch.
Yes, and but if we were able to meet up and sit in a pub, we would play this board game while on a live, and we will have a good time that way. John is saying that he has to head off. Thank you for spending this time with us.
You've been fab. Every time I come on here, you're all wetting yourself.
That is what we do.
Standard. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Honestly, you can learn stuff from us, I think. You just have to wait for the gems.
Wait for one of us to stop saying an innuendo that makes it sound like we've bought a big dildo. Catherine.
Oh my god.
History's boring. Who are they listening to?
Exactly,
I mean, that's a topic for another History After Dark. We can talk about that sometime if you would like. I can list all the people that they might be listening to. I have a bitch list about a mile long. In your endo, what?
And then they have fun. They have fun. Bear Hunt Bookshops says meet up at a board game cafe. Do these exist?
They do. Actually, no, they do. There's yes, they do, because my other half likes tabletop gaming, and they do have them, yeah. Or some places do, like so they might have all sorts of different stuff, and they'll have specific nights that are just for board games, and then specific nights that affect like the we have the little figures and you move them around, like Risk but fancy.
No, not a clue, mate.
Night for depraved historians.
I don't think they do, but I think they're missing a trick, if I'm being honest.
Well, we can introduce them to the concept.
We can.
Yes.
So, a board game cafe. So there's some round near me, but that's a bloody long way for you three.
How many are we, darling? Are you?
Oh my god, she's seeing ghosts again.
Cat, there's someone behind you.
Yeah, do you know what? Right, I will. You might be far away, but don't think I won't come there, because I will. I will.
Well, that's all right. Then Philippa's just got to come down from where she is, and then we're all here.
Sorted.
You see? Interim. Lisa, thank you so much. Great evening. Thank you very much. I think we've enjoyed it. Yes. So if this is your first experience to History After Dark, you picked a good one.
Yeah, well done.
You've survived. Do direct your friends down. If they haven't seen it this evening, then do direct them down towards us. And I think you will agree that actually, although it's History After Dark, we are just generally quite entertaining. I think you know.
Well, we do say so ourselves. We have a lovely time. We have a lovely time.
So, you know, if you know anybody who likes a bit of a giggle, doesn't take life too seriously, then do send them our way, and hopefully you can amuse them in these dark times. Once again,
Just still smarting from the nativity.
I am. Do you know what? I don't know. Let's just not. Let's just
modest.
not.
Yes.
And modest. We're very
We're so modest.
Right. The person who's written that's my other half.
Oh, you're getting called out. You're getting called out.
Can I just say, I know obviously everyone's now very jealous of David because he gets to live with me.
But he's just got Brave in the chat. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I was going to say, however, he's about 5 yards that way.
They literally go, well, I can get away with it.
She remembers. We always remember. And you have to sleep sometime. Buckle up, buttercup.
When we see him with one eyebrow, we'll know what's happening.
Yeah.
Sleep Debbie with one eye open.
Debbie says, gits, twats and bum powder.
Yeah. I loved the bum powder plot.
Yes. Wow.
There's got to be something we can work in with that. Anyway. Once again, thank you so much.
Bobby Ann, you're watching your family. Sorry, sort of reading Bobby Ann. My 20-somethings have loved this. Thank you.
See.
I'm very pleased.
I'm glad that you've come down to join you. Thank you for that. In the meantime, please do get in contact with any of us should you really want to.
You need any more of us.
Just like, you know, you're feeling a bit ill disposed towards yourselves, or just like
you want to talk about bum powder.
Yeah. We could get all sorts.
Have a double entendre. Monge two. As
Kat says, no genitals. You can message us.
No, you can have genitals. Don't send pictures. You're allowed to own them. Just don't send them to us. You haven't got to be a Barbie.
We're banning all genitals.
No genitals. Just not in the chat. Thanks, Amy.
Can I just say that there's another merch that you just walk on a t-shirt saying no genitals. See who's brave enough to actually do that. Anyway, oh god, my eyes are sore. Are we available for events? Yes,
we're doing we're thinking of taking this on tour, aren't we?
So yes, we are indeed.
We're laughing. We're laughing. Love you too, babes. I'll speak to you soon. Sorry, that's my cousin.
Okay. Hello.
Oh, Bobby says he's brought a new interest for my kids. Yay! Okay.
I hope it's history rather than the depravity we've been talking about.
Yeah.
6 of one, half dozen the other.
History with humour. The idea of history after dark was just that we don't have to watch our mouths, wasn't it? And it does make it far more interesting.
As demonstrated this evening, as a case in point.
Yes, we are laughing about the thought of going on tour, but loads of podcasts do go on tour, and I think we'd have a banging time.
We would. Yes. We're going to hire a Cadillac. This is my idea of a tour.
Go on.
One where all 3 of you can fit on the front seat, and then you just throw your bags in the back. That's my idea of a tour.
Do we have headscarves like Thelma and Louise?
Yeah, but we're not going to end the film.
But not the bit at the end.
Not the bit at the end. Like Thelma and Louise without the off the cliff thing. Yeah. That bit. Not that bit.
It's all good in the hood till that bit. Well, no, it's not. Anyway. Right. Come to the US. We would. Trust me, we would.
A lot less cliff. A lot less cliff. Both Richard and Thelma and Louise cliff.
That reminds me of the end of The Young Ones as well. Watch out, cliff. I've never seen The Young Ones. That's just anyway, right.
Go look now.
To Wong Fu, another excellent film. Right, so yes, going back to what I was saying just now, if you would like for some reason to get in contact with us, then clearly we are all on Instagram, so please feel free to contact us with your questions, suggestions for room topics, and or if you would like to hire us, then just let us know. You know,
we're for hire
for history
in an
stuff.
fashion, in an appropriate fashion.
I'm keeping my kidneys. You can't have them. The end.
And your genitals.
Yeah, that also those. Keeping those too.
Definitely those. Right. In the interim, I don't know what the hell are we going to do with this. Are we saving it?
I mean, we're going to have a conversation about this.
Because, right. Okay.
It will go on the podcast, but yeah, it will at least be on the podcast at some point. Once it's launched.
So I hope you've enjoyed it. Anyway, in the meantime, oh dear, I've got to work out to turn it off now. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
See ya.